Dosha like TV, you heard me? I'm back with another one. Like, subscribe, hit the cash app. You know how that goes. I came to talk about your true self. What you really are. What your flesh really is. What your mind really is. What your being really is. What emotions really are. What your thoughts really are. So let me dive deep. Now this video is for the deep divers. I mean, like, I ain't talking about that guy that say, "Can we get a hello?" But I mean, yeah, you heard me? And he deep too. So you know what I mean? Shout out to dude. Now, you know what I'm saying? So let me get into this. See, what you gotta understand is you're not just a human body. You're not just a person. You're not just one person. Let me say that again. You're not just one person. Like, your body is an empire. It's a temple, literally like a temple, like a building. It is a literal mothership or fathership, however you want to call it. Your body is composed of multiple things. It's just like how this country has a White House with a left wing and right wing. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, you know what I'm saying, there's one man in the sense that kind of, yeah, but it's the whole country that makes the shit work. The whole system. It's like that with your body. They base the government off of how your body works. Real shit. So with that being said, you got a left wing and a right wing. You know, you got your seat in the middle, the duality, the balance, the third eye. Now, your brain is simply a control room. Literally, it's a control room. You think I'm playing? Your ancestors are in your DNA, right? Your DNA translates to God's word. So your ancestors, you are your ancestors. This God's word is the morphogenic field of energy. You know what I'm saying? That basically to tell you how I'm saying how your body forms. Every lung cell looks the same, but they form different ways. You get what I'm saying? Based off the word of your DNA, your ancestors helping direct the things and the signals from your brain, which is a computer. These ancestors, alive or dead, you know, you use telepathy. You're an advanced being. What I'm about to say, you're so advanced, you use telepathy and been using telepathy your entire life. Whether sleep or not, every single human being uses telepathy. We communicate with thoughts, and these thoughts are spirits. Every time your mama hears a thought, every time your mama thinks a thought, that DNA, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, her spirit is in that coding of the DNA, and it's in the coding of your DNA. So when she thinks that thought, you hear that same thought, and you think it's your own thought. It's that deep. Understand that your DNA is your team. It's your spiritual team when you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Away from this university and go home at night when you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They help you with your homework. And then when you wake up, you're back at school. University. Earth. You get what I'm saying? You, you are the soul. You are the observer of your thoughts. You do not create your thoughts. The thoughts that come of the soul, the thoughts that are of the soul are your ancestors. These are spirits. They speak and they help govern your brain. This is your governments. When you take things like shrooms, it's like you calling a higher authority to come help and correct the shit when they fucking up. If that's the case. They never fuck up, but you know what I mean. There's levels to this. You are the soul that is the seat that tells, you know what I'm saying, that allows. Every time you eat something or open your energy up, like say for instance, your heart, it's an emotional center, but people don't know that emotions, energy, motion, energy in motion. Understand this. If I look at somebody get shot in the face and I build emotion, that means the thoughts forms and the spirits that reside around that situation. I created a portal called energy motion with my heart to allow those spirits to come into my being, and now those spirits are a part of me. And now I'm traumatized because I got those traumatizing spirits within me. Versus me just looking at it and saying, I refuse to let that affect me, and shutting off my emotion to it, so therefore the emotion does not enter, therefore the thoughts do not enter my brain and does not take over my body. Understand this. Every time you eat a food, These are spirits. Everything has a spirit. A dead body has a spirit. A plastic bag has a spirit. Atoms are alive. Do you hear what I'm saying? When you eat these atoms, the spirit of that atom transfers to your stomach. It becomes a thought in your brain, a thought form. You think these thoughts. Do you hear what I'm saying? So you get to the point where, so when you water fast, you remove all the clutter. You remove all the bullshit. Your body is a living empire. The heads of that empire are the DNA ancestors that reside in the brain. These DNA ancestors are tied to your spirit. They're beyond the physical. This is your team. This is your thoughts. These are your guides. Each lineage of ancestors is connected to a deity or a star system or one of these 12 cranial nerves. So whole bloodlines are protected by deities. It's levels. So with that being said, you are these ancestors. Every time you take something like a pill, understand it, pill like a pilgrimage. You take a pill, it's like a little mini battleship of spirits with thoughts that come into your body. The war with was already set up, which is the government here. It's a battleship. It's a literal war on your being, and it's through your flesh. It's deeper than you think. Like say for instance, all right, so you say your body is a temple. It is. You are the God that governs the temple. These deities, or these DNA ancestors, your bloodline, whether dead or alive. Your past loved one could send a thought. You will receive it. Your whole family in your bloodline might receive the same energy or the same thought and have a different perception of it based off the God that's sitting behind the mind that's sitting there observing these thoughts, which is you. You observe the thoughts. You are the soul that chooses to make the decision and the action that fuels the life. Now, when you eat something, you know what I'm saying, you actually invite more thoughts into your brain. They say your brain makes chemicals. Thoughts are chemicals too. Spirits bind the chemicals. They bind the oil. They bind the stuff like that. They bind to the oils in your body. These are colonies for spirits. And people don't think your body is a living ecosystem. It's a living country. It's a nation. Your soul is a nation. When your nation is inside of a corpse, it's a corporation. When a nation dies, it's just a corpse. Understand that. You sign a contract. Your soul is the company, and your body is your flesh. It's the workers. So your soul is the government. And the workers of that government is your flesh and all the beings in the flesh, which is not just one being, it's a multitude of cells with cell memory brains, cells with brains. They think for themselves, but still moving a morphogenic field to do their job. They have lifespans, individual lifespans and purposes. They communicate with each other. They eat, they sleep, they drink, whatever. It's deeper than you think. As above, so below. You are a living universe. As above, so below. Just like how you're an atom, just like how the sun is like a miniature atom, and all these different stars are different atoms. That's no distance further from each other, but the energy. And these atoms make up a cluster of atoms like a cell tissue. Guess what? As above, so below. The bigger it gets, the smaller you get, and vice versa. This is the Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. Do not let anything into your energy field. These are warships. Anytime you take a pill from the government, it's a warship. Anytime they shoot a vaccine, you know what I'm saying? It's like they send an army into your vessel to basically go to war with your DNA, to go to war with the beings that's already in you. And if it's compromised, that means it's a complete takeover. Your flesh is a nation. Look at women, they're a nation. The land that's not been the land that's the most fertile is the one men want. If it's been trampled on by too many, if it has too many wars going on in it, it had too many people live there and too many ruins, we don't want that land. It's not fertile. See, your soul is the work. Your soul is the company. The deities are the executives in the higher branches. They're in the executive branches of this company. You work for the soul. The soul is you, your higher being. Your flesh is the worker that works for it. Consider your flesh a straw man. Now, when your flesh actually does for the soul and actually does a good job, the soul rewards it. And that's the deities and these executive branches that process these awards. And these deities are the angels of God that's within you. Understand, you have 72 crystals in your third eye. Your third eye has 72 crystals. Each one of these crystals is tied to a deity, an angel or a demon, whatever you want to call them. And each one of these deities have a duality. You get what I'm saying? Two sides, a reflective side. So multiply that by 2, you get 144. This is the 144 that they talk about. 100, you know what I'm saying? Now look, think about this. These 72, that's the 72 virgins in heaven that these people are dying about. The heaven is here. You are the temple. Look at your face. It's a pyramid, like the back of a dollar bill. Think about it. The third eye sits right on top of the top of the pyramid, the nose, the knowledge. The nose is the ledge for what you know, the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? That's the cap, the nose. The right brain, the left brain. The feminine, the masculine. The sun and the moon. And the seat within the middle, which is the seat of the duality. Now, if you look at it from the ground up, it looks like the pyramid and all that there. Now, if you look at it from the top down, you get the Trinity. The mother, the father, and the creation. The duality of the creation of both. You are a living hourglass. You are time. These two triangles make an hourglass. There's levels to this. Yeah, those are Lyfe TV. Like, subscribe. I just had to put you on some game. And yeah, hit the cash up.